Right, good morning, team. It is the 29th of November, Tuesday morning, and just going to do our morning analysis. It's 8:13 a.m. We have news today at 10. We have CB consumer confidence. It is high impact, so make sure you're aware of that coming out, and just be wary with your trades during that time. Make sure that there's no runaway movements where you could get stuck with an open order. But also use these opportunities to practice your exit protocol. The whole aim of the game now, moving forward with our team, is to become comfortable with loss and be comfortable in a losing situation, because it's clear as day from the people that are taking a bit longer to get there, and the people that are there, the difference is how they're looking at loss. So we can quickly fix that and just practice loss all the time. So that being said, looking at our daily analysis for this morning. Yesterday we suggested that there'll be some selling that has occurred. We had so many days of bullish behavior from the CPI news release, the inflation report on Thursday 10th, where we pushed through the overhead support, resistance, sliding resistance here at 0.4. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days of fairly bullish action. We had a bullish hold here, pullback, and we've had quite a big sell-off the other day, which could be indicative of the beginning of a down trend for the interim. We all know one is due. This can't just keep going up in regards to without any selling. So we need this kind of action, which we could be getting right now. We need to sell off back down to here before we have a continued push to the upside, if that's what the market wants to do. But we need to have some selling first, so that institutional buyers can come back in. And what I mean by that is no one wants to buy here, especially the banks, and anybody that wants to offload for profits will do that in this area now. So banks will offload profits and then come back in at a lower price and buy back again. And right now we can see here that this is the sort of key area where I'm interested in. It's the start of this major imbalance here on Thursday 10th inflation report. It's a huge imbalance day here. We also have a lot of support demand in this area. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes supply, then back to demand zone, supply fills, back to demand. So this is the key level here. It's been touched about 10 times through this bracket. Now, that's the daily at the moment. Okay, we do have major news at 10 a.m. It does look bearish on the interim because of this huge candle that we've had. I expect there to be another big candle after that. 10 to the 4 hour. Okay, we see a bit more close up what's happening with our bull channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and never moved out of that. Okay, same thing happened over here. We had this kind of channel happening, if we remember. Right, and then price started moving out here at 0.4. We then reassessed these points, but it's quite hard to reassess this point with all the other ones, right? I mean, yeah, it's starting to really flatten out. The intensity, the momentum of this channel is waning. Okay, we're running out of bull power here for the time being. We can see that the shape of this was a rush up to the upside and then a running out of gas. That's kind of the shape at the moment. Okay, and yeah, it's just probably crossing over on the MA now. If we looked at our ROC, the ROC on, if we put the ROC on the 1 hour. Oh, that's quite difficult. Hang on. Let's do this. Yeah. So RSC on the 1 hour, bullish, ran out of that bullish theme and actually crossed over to a negative RSC here, back here, like a couple of weeks ago. So about a week ago. So that is the shape at the moment of the RSC, and that basically shows us like close up of if there's two moving averages, their convergence and divergence. Okay, similar to an MACD, but tuned for this market, the Dow Jones. And back here on our 4 hour analysis, if we go back to our 1 hour, sorry about that. I'm down in Bacalar in Mexico at a very remote location, and the power just went out. Anyway, we're back on. And so here on the 1 hour, we see what looks to be like a significant pullback, let alone a break of structure. And we haven't had a true break of structure yet. We need this price here needs to come down, for me, really beneath here, like there, back to this area of sliding and resistance, the 4 hour sliding resistance. If we zoom out, all right, I need to see price come down here, and when that happens, then we could say that there's been a significant break of structure. Okay, not going biased towards any direction quickly for me right now. Look, we're still in a bull trend. It's possibly coming out of that. I wouldn't be surprised to see some ranging around here, but I am looking forward to seeing a big sell-off. It's just been so long since we've had that, and I'm kind of, I've been so, yeah, I mean, you know, I've just been selling the past year, so it's like familiarity, right? It's important not to keep bias in that on something, because the market direction may very well have changed back to a bullish market, and that'll be exciting for me personally, because I haven't traded the Dow Jones ever in this bull trend. I used to trade the British pound, so you know, normally the stock market continues to go up and has its pullbacks, and so that'll be quite exciting and quite easy to trade, really, if we're just always kind of looking for the buy. But yeah, we've just been through this challenging period for the past year, and I don't want to make any guesswork. Will the market tell us what's happening? But right now, buying for me is off the menu. Okay, the only thing we could see right now is kind of at an area of demand there. The only thing we could see, seeing that it is down, is a quick spike out. So I'd say after the open, a dip in here and then a spike out to the upside, right? That is similar to every other one that's happened. If we look, when you have a big push to the upside, you generally have a dip deep into buy liquidity, going into demand liquidity, then a shoot to the upside again. It comes in, shoots the upside, comes in, shoots the upside. So we need to see this dip in here to this liquidity zone. This is the institutional demand zone here. All the orders are sitting in this area. So we need to see a dip in there and then shoot to the upside. And that, look, could very well happen in terms of a gameplay. 8:30 a.m., 9:30 a.m., we have the open, the soft opening of the market, and we have the official index opening at 9:30, and then 10 a.m. with the consumer confidence news. So we could see the drip down into here, and then at 10 a.m. on news, the push out to the upside. That's generally what's happened. It happened here with the CPI release. We had the opposite happen with FOMC here on the 2nd. So, the opposite with the FOMC news here. It spiked up and then shot down. So just be aware of that. That's how news play game happens. Okay. I don't trade them because it just, in the past, my mind got very caught up in the adrenaline of it. It'd be interesting to see how I would handle that now because I've changed so much mentally in my trading. Could be a nice way to add some decent profits, and I'm thinking about looking at that in the future. But for now, especially with you guys, the training is your mind. It doesn't the making of the money aspect is not priority here. It's I need you to feel the way I feel right now, which is that I can hold onto my account and not blow my account, and it's something that I didn't have in the past. I got funded in 2020, August 2020, and held onto the account for a few months and made some money, and then lost it, and then started this journey of really refining the mentality of things so that you never blow out and hang on to something. So right now the most important thing is to learn how to be calm, be okay with 4 to 7% per month, realizing how much money that is, and just being calm and collected and not having this affect your life in any way. It should be benefiting your life, not causing any stress at all, and that is very possible. So let's look at now on the 1 hour. Sorry, I thought we were on the 1 hour, then that was a 4 hour. Now looking at the 1 hour, we have here our closer up channel, and we can see that we've had this fall out of that channel here, and it is quite bullish to me here on the 1 hour. Sorry, bearish. You can see that yesterday I had my planning was that we would have the drop down here from here to this level of demand, which is exactly what's happened, and that is sitting here at demand right now. It might bounce out, push back up to this upside here of supply, or continue down to this level, right? Push out to supply, or continue down to this level here. Okay, for a big fall. We've got a lot of news this week. We've got NFP. We've got plenty of reasons for it to come down, plenty of reasons for it to sell off, and then whether it continues its bear trend, bear market conditions, we'll see from that. Right now, it's pushed into bullish territory, so we could see a deep pullback and then a continuation to the upside coming into the new year. These are the game plays at the moment, so that's what we're kind of looking at for a possibility of movement here. Okay, either this floor, it's at this floor now, that has come true. It will go to the second floor here, or the third floor here. Okay, 31,500. And yeah, where we're talking, this is the imbalance that began from the inflation report on Thursday the 10th. So big imbalance there, no orders, clear drop. If it comes down, it's going to fall straight through that like a hot knife in butter. Okay, so here now, how would we play today? Let's look at this. Okay, 1 minute time frame, river, pull out area there of demand. That was yesterday's trade. I took a trade there yesterday. Look, it closed perfectly. Just a little wallet patter buy there. It still continued to the downside, but it was a nice area. Now I'm looking for sells, but we need to be very cognizant of the 10 a.m. news release, where we could get this blast to the upside like that. Okay, now I did get caught out on that on the inflation report day, so I'm just weary of that. Okay, I'm wary of that kind of thing happening. I still could get out. I want to stick to the areas of demand and supply really strictly. We have a nice strong area of demand here, which would be a supply zone. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a supply zone there, and we have another area of supply here, like that. Okay. Now, what I would do here, where is our demand? It's sitting at demand right now. We have demand here. immediate demand, but it's not at the riverbank. So I want to look for the next level of demand below that. Let's see where we're at. Is there a strong region through here? Let's have a look. It's quite a strong area of demand there. Let's pull this one out and see. Right. Looks pretty solid to me. I am... look, let's not be afraid while we're in practice to practice our loss protocol, guys. So, look, put your trade down here in this area. Small take profit. Big stop loss. Pull it out to 9,500. I've got new scripts coming with the course that I am updating right now after I've done this. Still working on that, making it perfect for everyone. That's the dip in. Alright. Cautious of buying. And I want to really wait for the news to open here. And I want to let 10 a.m. happen before we go crazy here, because that push is going to happen at the open. But see, yesterday, we had a beautiful dip into here, into the zone here, and a nice little order, a little trade was taken there. However, that being said, just being cognizant of news this morning, what it may do. Okay, again, another nice area that could be a place to sell would be up here. Okay, I want to be up at the riverbank. I want to be safe. Okay. Let's pull this across. I can pull that down a little bit. All the orders hold here, comes down, get a leg up at this area. Touches here again. A lot of orders here. Lines up with our riverbank. Okay, that's the area I'm looking at for a sell. And it'd probably open up the take profit a little bit. Now, that's what we're looking at. I want to be here for news. Okay, so yeah, we do set and forgets, but we also want to be here for news. So with news, we want to watch this. If you can be there at 10, if you're not concerned and you're practicing at the moment, set and forget. Have your alerts. So here, alert 1, where am I putting that? Just above. If it goes up past through there and this trade's still open, I want to look to get out on the pullback. I honestly even put it closer, because for me, the pullback would be up to here, it would push through there and then come back down. I try and get out for break even or $1,000. Again, another alert just here below, outside the river. If it goes down there, this is still open, I want to get out for least damage as possible. That's what I'm looking at for set and forget. If you can be present during the news, just to see, all I'm looking for during news is a very strong push. If it's a very strong push from the get-go, I'm going to get out of these orders or not have these orders on. Okay, so for example, I just want to show you the example of when we had the release on the 10th. This is when that can go sour. Okay, now didn't have much action happening. Then we had a huge inflation report. It was a very, very powerful report talking about what inflation was going to do for the US economy. And it came out as good, and then we had this massive, huge push to the upside, 3 times the riverbank, really, 2.5 times the riverbank volatility. I actually had an order here that I'd forgotten was on. I genuinely had forgotten it was on, and I'm not even lying to myself or anybody. It was sitting in this area, up here, for this session, right? And I come back, and yeah, you can see my the order's still there. Came up to here and it got out of break even when it came back down. But don't want to be in that position. And so what I'm looking for, this happened in like 1 minute, So it's like, be there, and if you see anything that pushes like that, close the orders out. If you see it grind up, like, look at how big this is compared to the river, right? It's a huge push. That's a riverbank. Like, you need to go 2.5 times outside of the river there. Okay, like, it doesn't happen regularly, but it's the thing you need to watch out for. If we had this kind of grinding at news, there was a news report here, right? Like, for sure, like, look at placing a trade, okay? Like, this is pretty, we've learned that the push out of the median is not good for mean reversion, but just if it comes down and then shoots up, take a trade, okay? And again, like, a lot of this you just have to see in the moment. It's hard to explain. I'm showing you how to read the market, and how you trade it is going to be a little bit adaptive to how you feel, which is the beautiful thing about this. So right now, if I see a push down here and then a shoot up to the upside, I'm definitely taking a short. I'm going to probably extend my take profit a little bit. If it just, like, already the angle is down, so if it just kicks out from the middle, I'm going to be wary of taking a short, okay? Likewise, if it just shoots down, I'm going to be wary of taking a buy, okay? I need to see some kind of sweeping of the river first before I take one of these orders. So otherwise it'll just push straight down through here, right? So let the news absorb, let things happen, and then go in and take a couple of good trades. All right, stick with your lot size. Don't worry about the test. Don't worry about getting the percentage. That'll all come. We have ways of doing that more efficiently and quicker once you understand how to control yourself and understand how to control it safe. Because when you're trading full time, you're going to be trading this way with this lot size, and that means that you're going to make yourself 4 to 7% per month calmly, okay, peacefully, without stress. And that's what mindful scalping is all about. Have a beautiful morning. Okay, I'm going to be working on the course today from here in Bacala, and I will be doing some trading as well. Thanks a lot.